I was recently asked a very interesting question by a student when she asked me, in all your yoga research, how can you be sure it is the effect of yoga and not merely a placebo effect? Her question stunned me for a few seconds because it is a very intelligent question, very apt, because we are using the modern medical paradigm of research. We are using a model that was devised for pharmaceutical drug research, where you have drug A, B, C, and you compare it with a placebo which looks the same, tastes the same, smells the same, and then you say this drug is working and it's not a placebo effect. But when it comes to research in yoga, the difficulty is yoga only the technique or is it something more? Because if you want to negate the placebo effect of yoga, one would have to do the yoga practices without knowing they are yoga, without having the sense that you are doing yoga, and without having a holistic concept of yoga. My question then is it still yoga? If you are just doing some technique and you do not have the concept, the philosophy, the psychology, the understanding of the metaphysics of the yogic science and art, aren't we actually trying to water the experience of yoga down and put it into a box, or rather into a pill? We need to be careful because we are using the modern research model, but it is not a model that actually evaluates the wholesome experience that we have when we practice yoga. I think as a researcher, her question really struck me because whenever I say yoga does work in our research findings, is it just the belief in yoga that is doing it? Is it just the sense that the person thinks they are doing yoga and so they're going to get better? Or is it something more? But then, as a yoga therapist, it actually doesn't matter to me. Because all that matters to me is that my client, my patient, that participant in my session should get better, should experience sukham, and should move from that state of suffering, of dukkham, to a state of being at ease with themselves, sukham. And even if the effects are merely a placebo, I think it is still worth continuing what we are doing. Until and unless we have newer methods to evaluate the wholesome effect of yoga, if we are trying to create a yoga-based protocol with no placebo effect, I think we may actually water yoga down. And please remember, yoga in the box is only yoga in the box. It's not wholesome yoga at all.